Happy Saturday. So remember I said I ordered a bunch of celestial teas because I'm looking for tea that is not black tea. I got my teas. So right now I have soaking magic, mint magic. That's what I'm trying first because I have peppermint tea and I love it. When I saw this one, mint magic, spearmint, peppermint, roasted chicory, cinnamon, and orange peel. So I want to try this one, see which one I like better. I mean, if they taste totally different, then I'll just buy them both. But, you know, I want to see. So that's the first one I'm trying. And Caramel Apple Dream. That sounds yummy. And none of these have black tea in them. That was the purpose of me ordering them, just in case you're wanting to know. I've never had this. I don't know how it's going to be. Some of these are an experiment for me. Cinnamon Apple Spice. I've had this before a long time ago, and I remember really liking it. Cranberry Vanilla Wonderland. This is one of the holiday teas, and I don't remember trying this. So I'm going to try it. Fireside Vanilla Spice. I've never had this, so that'll be an experiment. Sugar Cookie Sleigh Ride. I have had this and I like it. Every holiday season it comes out in my supermarket. But as you can see, you can order it any time of the year on their site. Probably Amazon too, who knows. Madagascar Vanilla. I'm curious about this. Robios, natural vanilla flavor with other natural flavors, dried vanilla beans. Okay. And True Blueberry. I've never had theirs, but I have had blueberry tea and I like it. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to like theirs as well. And that's it. We had to get 12 for a bundle, and then you got a free one. And I also got a deal, I forget what I got off, 15% or something, first time ordering off the Celestial site. How many is there? That's not 12. I couldn't find 12 flavors that I never tried before and that I knew I wanted to try. So I also ordered a couple of, I ordered another Vermont Maple Ginger and Country Peach Passion. I ordered a couple of a couple of teas that I know I like to fill the order, so I got the 12 bundle. So we'll see. Oh, wait a minute, I'll be right back. I want to show you. Okay, so in not my last video, the video before, when I showed you this, I bought this at Michael's because I was going to use it to organize my tea. Oops. Oop, it's tipped, it's not going to stay open. Pamela. See. And each cubby holds 20 tea bags easily, and that's what comes in those little boxes. I was looking around on the web for something, I don't even remember now what, some totally unrelated. And then I saw something about BPA and plastic and food quality, food grade plastic, and I got thinking, oh, I didn't think of that. I bought this at Michael's. It's for crafts. Is it food grade quality? So I looked it up, and no, it isn't. It's just regular old plastic. It's not I forget. I wish I saved it now, just so I could talk to you about it. It's 3 other letters, not BPA, and I looked it up, and it says yes, that is BPA free, but not necessarily food quality, because you got to look for this and that. And so then I googled, okay, but I'm not putting leftovers in here. These are tea bags. They're dry. They're tea bags. Should that make a difference? So I googled that, and it says no, you can put your tea bags in any plastic, but if this happens, if that happens, watch out for this, watch out for that, and forget it. So I don't know. I was thinking of returning it to Michael's. Everything's there. It's all unused. It's unused. It's perfectly new, but it doesn't have that plastic around it that it had. So I don't know if they'll take it back. I'm going to check. I'm going to ask them. Let's see if one of my grandkids can use it for something. you know. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and get mason jars or some cute kind of jar for my counter in there and top back of my stove and for the tea bags. That's fine by me. That was my original plan. But then I didn't see any I liked in Michael's and I happened to see this. So fine. I think I'm just going to go on Amazon though, because you can find anything on Amazon and there's lots of choices, and yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So I'll show you those when I do get them, when I order them, when I find them. I think I might go in Michael's and ask them if it's okay to return it. We'll see. Anyway, I'm having my did I tell you? I think I said it. My where is it? This is the one I'm trying first. I'm trying this now. I got it in soaking. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know how I like each one of them, but that's really conversational. I'm not recommending either way because everyone's taste is different. Some of these I might love and you wouldn't, and vice, you know. So I hate saying, oh, this tastes horrible, don't buy it. Because you may not think it tastes horrible, you know. But I'll tell you anyways how I like each one as I try them. Okay, so I'm going out today. I'm not sure where. I'm thinking I might go to Salem. I'm wearing, look, my anxiety. How well can you see that when I stand back like this? I don't know. I bought this actually in Salem a couple of years ago. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I don't know what else to say. I just wanted to show you my tea while I was making my tea. And how long have I been chatting? 6 minutes. Yeah, you know, I'll be back. There'll be more. I have no idea what or when. Sometime before this weekend is out, if there's something when I go out. Who knows? I'll be back. Good morning. I did go to Salem. Like I said, I was thinking I might. I did go to Circle of Stitches. I videoed nothing. It's a cute little shop. The woman in there, I don't think it was the owner, because she mentioned the owners in our conversation. So I don't think she was one of them. It wasn't small like that one I was talking about down the street from me, but it was small enough, and she was sitting at a table chatting away with me while I was looking around, and I just didn't feel comfortable. Do you mind if I video? I'm pulling out my phone, and so many YouTubers do that, and I am so jealous of them. I wish I could get myself to do that, but I just can't. That is so far over my comfort zone. I was going to do a little video or even take a picture of the front of it, and honestly, I got so excited when I saw it, I forgot. Parking in Salem is not easy. And I found a space, you grab it. I don't care if it's out in Mars somewhere, you take it. So I used my GPS and walked to find it. And by the time I got there, I was just so happy to see it. I didn't think to. I got my walking in yesterday, which makes me so happy because I haven't been lately. So anyway, I thought I'd just hop on today. First of all, yesterday, first the tea. Yesterday I tried Mint Magic, and I don't remember if I told you. I haven't looked at that video yet. I got to put all this in the editor and, you know, do the thing. So I don't remember if I told you whether I liked it or not. I do like it, and I will be buying more, but it does not replace the regular peppermint. The two taste different enough that it's worth having both. You know, for me anyways. Like I said, everyone's different, but yeah. Besides, I like peppermint tea is very good for if you have a sick stomach or your stomach doesn't feel quite well. Peppermint tea is an old remedy. Most of you probably already know about it. My grandfather used to give it to us when we had a sick stomach, only he didn't use tea bags. But it's still legit because it says Well, it says peppermint. He used mint. Yes, same thing. Sort of. It works. It could be all in my head, but it works. So yeah, I really like this. It's like the same as this, but with a little extra something, you know. Let me pause you just for a minute while I pour my tea. Okay. Got my tea bag soap while I chat with you. So today I'm trying the Caramel Apple Dream. It smells really good. Hopefully it tastes as good as it smells. So I'll let you know how I like that. I'm not using my external mic right now because I forgot to use it yesterday. And I don't want the clips to not be consistent. I don't want them to have one where it's a little lower and then go snap to the other clip and it's booming. I do have a thing in my editor. I know you see this stuff every day and you don't see it anymore. I'll run it along the bottom in case you are curious. It's a setting in there that I do in my videos so that you don't jump out of your skin. It can only get just so loud, you know. I have been videoing using my phone for years. People hear me fine. There is no problem. So if I'm out in my car, I don't always grab my external mic and carry it around with me everywhere. And sometimes I'll pull out my phone and chat with you in the car, stuff like that. But when I do remember, I do like to use it only because you can hear better. I feel like it's more crisp. It's more, because it's right here, you know what I mean? Why am I pointing that out? I don't really even need to point it out. To be fair, on YouTube, sometimes it's better to not point things out because people will watch your videos and not notice the thing. And as soon as you point it out, they'll be like, you know, you're right. I couldn't quite hear you as well as you get people like that. You got to remember, it doesn't matter how large or small of a channel you have. There's still a whole lot of different personalities out there. And sometimes you got to be a little bit careful. I had one person, this is years ago, who said that they couldn't hear my video at all. I can never hear you. There's something wrong. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I asked in the video, and I also asked people who I know to check. Everyone else could hear me. So if it's only one person, or seriously only a couple of people, but you have a whole bunch of other people that can hear you, chances are it's not on your end. But no matter how much I tried to talk to them, we'll try this, we'll try that. I was trying to help them. And they just kept repeating that same line. You need to this, you need to. They just kept repeating it as if they weren't here. Oh my God, it was so frustrating. I finally said, well, I'll do what I can. I'm sorry. Like they probably unsubbed. There's nothing I can do about that. So you do. Sometimes when you make videos, you might notice, even if you didn't before, you probably will now that I pointed out. You know how it is when someone points something out. Sometimes you'll notice watching YouTubers that they're about to say something and you might hear just a slight hesitation or they'll start and then they'll reword. They're trying to watch their back. That's why. Over foolish little things. You know why I just remembered why it was kind of in the back of my mind to talk about using my phone or an external mic. I noticed when I watch my videos, not that I watch my videos, I do check though. I'm going down a rabbit hole. There are people who will not watch their own videos. They can't stand the way they sound, they don't like the way they look, or they're embarrassed, and they like making videos, but they won't watch them. Actually, there are some movie stars that are the same way. They won't watch their own movies. I forget who it was. It was a long time ago that I heard it, but yeah. Anyway, and then you have other people who are like, oh, look, that's me. And they just think they're fabulous. Look, I'm so good. And they love watching themselves over and over and over again. And there are some movie stars like that too. You all know this already. And then you have people like me who really don't give a crap either way. Like, I'm not impressed with myself, and I don't hate listening to myself. To me, it's a non-thing. It's just a non-thing. But I do check my videos. And I noticed that when I know I took it 2 hours to say something I could have said in 10 minutes, right? When I play them on my phone, they're perfectly good. Everything's fine. You can hear me crisp. I would say I don't need an external mic. No way. It's a waste of money. Same with a tablet, phone or tablet. When I watch them on my computer, on my laptop or desktop, and sometimes there's a difference with things and sometimes there isn't, other things. Not a lot, but it's worth mentioning. Anyways, I don't have my desktop anymore. I have a laptop now, but I remember checking with my desktop and my laptop, and not quite as clear and crisp as the phone, but totally close enough that somebody would have to be deliberately looking for it to see the difference. You know what I mean? Here's what bothered me. I learned that more people watch YouTube videos these days on their TVs. I know I do, but I didn't realize so many people do. So I'm like, oh my God, how do I look on TV? Oh my God. So I went and checked. It looks fine, perfectly normal, whatever. Although, a lot of times when you're watching on TV, you have to deliberately go into the settings on that video and select the highest, what am I thinking, 1080, 1920, 1080, or 4K, whatever. Because sometimes on your TV, I've been watching videos and I'm like, wow, that doesn't look really good. And then when you check, it's like 720 or lower. So I set it up and then it looks better. Interesting why that is. Oh, I'll be right back. My squirrel came around and I was just cleaning off my patio and watering my flowers, and my screen door is closed, but the slider is way open. It's gorgeous out. In fact, it's actually kind of warm. And the squirrel came by, and my cat will just go right through the screen for that squirrel. And the squirrel's like right there looking. I have a squirrel story for you, but oh shoot, this is gonna be a long video. Yeah, get comfy. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the TV. So when I clicked on my video to see what I look like and how it sounds and all of that on the TV, I didn't think it looked as good, and you could hear me, but I had to hit the volume up a couple of times. That's not a big deal, but it did bother me a little bit. Like, wow, what is that? So I Googled it. Because if my videos were like that everywhere, then I'd say, okay, I got issues I need to deal with. But they're fine everywhere but the TV. So I Googled it, of course, right? It's not my videos. I should have copied it down so I could tell you, or take a screenshot and put it up. Maybe I'll see if I can find it again. There is a definite reason for that. There is a technical reason for that. It is a real thing. And it made perfect sense to me, even though I can't seem to find it in my brain now. That made me feel better, but it also let me know that I should probably use my external mic just for the TV, because I want people to be able to hear me no matter where they watch me. If the video doesn't look as good or crisp and stuff, I'm okay with that. I'm not high tech here. I'm not trying to be an influencer and have everything perfect and have my umbrellas and lights and all of that. I'm not even buying a new camera for this. This is just me, a regular person chatting away, so I don't care. But I need you to be able to hear me, or why bother talking, right? Also, I do show you stuff sometimes, like yarn and everything. You need to be able to see what I'm showing you. Now, I'm being a drama queen. When I say they're not as crisp on the TV, I don't mean they're pixelated and you can't see what I'm showing you. But I do feel, and it's not, it wasn't, I could just see a difference that made me look closer. It's one of those things, like I was just talking about, that I probably shouldn't bring it up because now you're going to notice it, which you may not have if I didn't bring it up. The issue though that does bug me, I don't want people to have to hit the volume a couple of times to hear me. And I'm being a whine ass. When you're watching TV, you put on a different show. Sometimes you got to do the volume up a little or maybe down a little or whatever. And if you have to, I'm okay with that. But I want to try to remember to use my external mic more. How long did I spend talking about this? Something I probably shouldn't even have brought up. Okay, let's experiment. I get my mic. Hello, hello, hello. Do I sound, is there a huge difference? Seriously? Right now I'm holding it up. Here, let's do this. This is what I usually do. So let's do the experiment like. So how are you today? Can you hear me? La 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 la. Am I more clear? I know I'm more clear. But am I really so much more clear? Like, damn, Pam. I'm a fool. So anyway, moving on. Let me show you what I bought from Circle of Stitches. I wanted a sweater's quantity, but guys, I have to stop. I have to stop. I've spent way too much money lately on yarn. Well, I treated myself for my birthday. I'm not sorry for that. It was my birthday. I mean, it still is actually. My birthday is technically this Friday. So I'm okay with that. But I figured, okay, you see a yarn, a colorway that you really, really love. You can make a hat, you can make a cowl, you can make mittens. Hell, you can even buy 3 skeins and make a hat, a cowl, and mittens. And that's me, my math saying a skein per item when it probably won't even take, because it doesn't take a whole skein to make a hat or a whole skein to make mittens. So probably 2 skeins would make both. I could make fingerless mittens. I mean all 3. But anyway, yeah, because there's a couple of colorways. Oh my God, I'm blanking on it. Poison? No, poison. What the hell am I getting this stuff? Why am I blanking on it? I could just say forget it and run along the bottom. That's what I usually do. But it is bothering me enough that I will be right back. I'm going to look at one of my skeins. Bad Sheep Yarn. That's the one, the Autumn Brew that I'm making that sweater out of. The one that I just need to do the sleeves. Bad Sheep Yarn. They have there's 2 new sets. You can buy them individual, but you can also buy them like as sets. One is, I forget the name of each colorway. I think there are 3, but they have to do with the beach and seashells. And they're such a nice, muted kind of sandy. I'm not describing them well. You know what? I'll pop a picture up here So maybe I'll just get a couple of skeins and make towels, mittens, or something. Like, I got to stop buying sweaters quantities of stuff until I've used up what I have, which is not that hard. I don't have a huge stash, and I don't want to have a huge stash, which is, I got to stop. I got to stop looking. Anyway, I'm not going to pronounce this right. So let me show you this one first. This is Nightshades. And what drew me to this, is this theirs? I forget. I'll have to Google it. There's one that was their personal brand, not the next. Not actually. I don't think I got something that was their personal brand. I don't think this is it? American Cormo and Wool. Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, they had a bunch of different ones of these, and I don't know if you're going to be able to actually see. They're all black. Like they were, when the fibers were plied, one was black and then one was blue or green or yellow or some other color. Now that's common in yarns and it looks great, but this was done a little differently. She explained it to me. Honestly, I didn't quite get what she was saying, but it's more subtle and different. And I got the one that's green. So this is black with green in it, but it's just a subtle. But when you look at them side by side, you can clearly see the difference. So this is going to be a hat. And it's Nightshades. It says it's DK. Yeah. It says it's DK. I'm going to put it on my sheet because I think this is a little thicker than DK. Maybe not. I struggle with yarn and the way they label them between DK and worsted. No, let me rephrase that because I don't think I'm the one struggling. I think these indie dyers and yarn companies, but I'm noticing it more with the indie dyers. And here's the thing. They may dye the yarn, but they're buying their yarn base from someone else, from a supplier. The supplier is who is saying this is worsted weight. Like an indie dye is going to order their yarn base. They're going to order DK weight or order worsted weight. And I think what's happening is when they get their order, they take it at face value. They dye the yarn and they sell it as DK weight or worsted weight, whatever the supplier said it is. And I know how it works. I used to dye and sell yarn. So I'm not just making stuff up here. When I get yarn, especially because I run into it so much and just eyeballing it sometimes, I'm like, really? So I have my little sheep that does the wraps per inches, and I check them. And more often than not, they're wrong. And this is fairly recently, at least in my little world. I never used to run into this before, years ago or anything, so I don't know what's going on with the suppliers. I don't know. And this looks like this could be somewhere between DK and worsted. I'm gonna guess that this is gonna be 10 wraps per inch. DK weight, now let me see if I don't confuse them. Worsted weight is 11, DK is not, no. Worsted is 9, worsted is, I wanna say it before I get my sheet. I wanna say it out loud. Let's see if I'm wrong. Worsted is 9 wraps per inch. DK is 11 wraps per inch. Let me go get my sheep and look. Yes, I was right. I'm not going to check it right now because I have to unravel them. But I will let you know. Anyway, this feels more like it's a 10 wraps per inch. I'll bet you this is going to be between DK and worsted. And the one I'm about to show you is a DK. This is so unlike me to buy DK weight yarn. I've always done worsted or higher. Worsted or bulky, not super bulky. Worsted number 4, bulky number 5. unless I was making socks, but you know, aside from socks. Um, but when I started my sweater, the one from, I'm going to pause you again. I'm sorry. I'm not prepared because I was not planning on talking about any of this. I'll be right back. Okay. I squeezed my bag as long as I had you waiting. Hot. Ooh, that's very good. That's a keeper. Caramel apple dream. My jars I ordered are supposed to be delivered today. I'll show you. Unless I get too long here, then I'll make another video and show you. Anyways, just because I mentioned it, I feel like I should at least show you. I got some new people here. They're going to be like, what? I mean, yeah, you can go back and watch my previous videos, but I got this stuff here. Let me just show you. So where was I now? DK weight yarn. I would never order DK weight yarn. I'm like, I'm not knitting anything lower than worsted weight because there'll be too many stitches, I'll lose interest, and I won't finish, which is quite accurate for me. I'm not a fast knitter, so I don't want to go too low. You know, I see people making sweaters out of fingering weight yarn. Oh my God! And they finish them. I'm impressed, truly. So anyway, Bad Sheep yarn. This is the sweater. This is the front of the back. This is the front of the sweater that hopefully will, before fall, will become a full sweater. And when I got this yarn, I don't know if I talked about it here on my new channel. I know I did before though, but my old channel was met with an accident, so we won't be seeing that. I'm not going to go there. I'll start crying, seriously. When I got the yarn, and I was like, this is not worsted weight yarn. The label says worsted weight yarn. That's not worsted weight yarn. Get out of town. No, it isn't. So I put it on my sheep. And it is 10 wraps per inch. It's right between DK or worsted. That's not a problem. And that I don't think is anybody's fault, because it's not a definite DK or a definite worsted. So I mean, what do? Pick one. So you call it a light worsted or a heavy DK. Light worsted in these situations seems to be the most popular. I hear it the most. Okay, light worsted. And it was no big deal. All I had to do was go up one needle size to get my gauge. So, okay, that's fine. But I'm finding, as I'm knitting this sweater, that I kind of like the lightness of it. It's got a nicer drape. It's lighter. I like it. So that's got me thinking, so maybe I want to do more of the light worsted. You know, it can be confusing when you first start knitting, because that is what they used to call DK weight. DK was light worsted, but it's kind of developed into its own identity. DK weight wasn't even on the American menu. It was a UK thing. They don't have worsted. They have DK. We don't have DK. We have worsted. Their version of worsted, but it's a little lighter. That's how it was viewed years ago. A lot of years ago now. But then because of the internet and everything, you know, things have made their way from country to country, which is lovely because we all get more things. But now DK is included in the American menu as well, and it's its own thing. But for those of us that remember when it was just the UK version of, you know what I mean? It's kind of, you know, I don't know if I'm saying it right. So now it's not really the light worsted anymore. Now DK is just DK, which stands for double knitting, just in case you're saying, what does DK stand for? So since I enjoyed this so much, I said to myself, Pam, why don't you give it a try, the DK, and see how you like knitting with it? I liked this just fine, and it didn't take forever knitting it. And it's only a half a step up from real DK, you know, the DK, 11 wraps per inch, 10 wraps per inch, 11, I mean, you know what I mean? So maybe it wouldn't be as painful to knit. So I'm not going to jump in with the whole sweater, although I kind of did with this, kind of, because that's almost DK. So I love these colors, and I almost didn't buy them just because they were DK, but I decided to go ahead and grab them. So this one I did because I don't believe that's going to be a true DK. This feels more like, almost like it's got a little more heft to it than this even. But I'm just going by feel. I could be wrong. So here's what I bought, and I'm going to pronounce it wrong, I'm sure. La Bien Aimée. I have seen so many people on YouTube with this yarn, and they just spill the words out. Le Bien Aimée. Oh, I got some Le Bien Aimée, whatever. No problem. I'm looking at it, and I opened YouTube. I wanted to hear someone say it. And I'm like, when you really listen for them to say it, I'm like, I don't think they're sure either. Because it sounds like they're perfectly clear and perfectly fine, but when you really want to know how to pronounce it and you really listen, they're kind of, I think they're faking it. I can't say that about everybody, but the couple I checked, I'm like, what? They're not totally. So I Googled it, how do you pronounce? And they put a French guy on there, of course, makes sense. And I kept playing it. I'm like, what? And I came to the conclusion, as much as this doesn't make sense, I need an American to say it for me. Because I'm not understanding the French. I can't hear it. I'm not hearing. It's like they say it so, well, naturally, of course, that I kind of feel like a fool, but no, I just wasn't catching it. I'm like, what? So I went on YouTube, and I'm listening to some other YouTubers, and I'm like, after listening to this guy, I'm like, do they know? So I don't know. But that's what it is. It's La Bien. I'm sure the bean. Bean. I had it right. I had it right before. But the M-A, something like that. Bien Aimé. I just went and looked again. It was driving me out of my mind. I found a female who didn't talk as fast. Bien Aimé, and it means beloved. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to do because you guys won't know this. Another thing I know I don't have to point out. I got to cut, because the video might look a little weird to you because I'm going to have to cut out a chunk. So, anyway, I finally got some. I can give it a try. And it's DK weight. I just got one skein. So this is going to be a cowl or mittens or... Oh, there it is. I can feel a hair bothering me. I'm thinking mittens for this. I like it. It's a nice fall harvesty kind of yellow with that little bit of gray in there. And just some speckling, which is really nice. I love speckling, but not too much. Sometimes, because a lot of people love speckling, and sometimes they go like really overboard with it, which of course is just my opinion. Some people might be like, no, more, you know. But I love speckling, but not when it's just so, because then to me it looks too busy, you know what I mean? I like the randomness. What's the colorway actually? That's funny. Grello. Grellow, like yellow but with a G. So I got one of these. That's going to be mittens. And I got two of these. I had one and then at the last minute decided to grab a second because I love this so much. I mean, I love this. I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't. But I love this shade of green. It's not a sage green, but it's kind of got the same tone. And those are the greens I like. I love green, but not just any green. I like the earthy sage kind of shades of green, not like lime green and stuff like that. Looking for the color. Jasper. And it's got the gray and the green. So yeah, so I thought I'd make a hat and mittens, a cowl and mittens. I don't know about the hat, maybe a cowl and mittens. I don't remember if I talked about this. I think I did, but it might have been on my previous channel. I want to make a hat, and I'm going to experiment, and maybe I'll do that with this. I usually wear earmuffs when it's really cold out and not hats. But I love hats. And of course, I'm a knitter. I want to knit hats, and I love hats. But I do wear hats sometimes, so I like to have one or two. But I do usually wear earmuffs, and that is because I don't want hat hair. Well, depending on where I'm going. Like if I'm out and about, and then I'm going to be going into a restaurant, and I want to take off my hat, and then my hair is so plastered to my head and shaped funny, and my bangs, if they got pulled up in my hat, they're going to be stuck there or sticking out. Like I don't want to sit there in a restaurant like that. So I don't wear a hat. Depending on your hair and how it's cut will depend on if you get hat hair. A lot of people, if you've got long hair, most people with long hair don't have that issue because your hair is long. There's nothing to get wonky under the hat. But if you have layers or short haircuts or even like mine, you wear a hat for a while, and then when you take it off, your hair is all just weird. So yeah, you get hat. I've heard it called hat head and hat hair. It's the same thing, you know. So I was thinking, well, what if I made my hats a little looser? I mean, not big, so they're gonna be falling off and stuff, but just a little looser. And then put them on. Make sure I don't grab my bangs, so they're not all poking up. Yeah, just go up one needle size. So I want to try that and see this winter coming. I'll wear a hat on a day that I'm not going to be worried about, you know. And I'm going to experiment and see. Have you had any experience with this? Let me know. Oh wow, I've been talking for 38 minutes. Well, it won't be 38 because there's a couple of things I want to edit out. I already told you. Yeah. I was going to hop on for a few minutes and show you my yarn, and then that was it. Plus, I have the video from yesterday. I showed you my tea and stuff. So I'll just attach the two of them. I might wait until later. Now I'll show you my tea jars. No, this is already getting long. I'll start another video for the tea jars. I'm going to upload this one. So today it is gorgeous out. It is supposed to get up to 80 something, I forget. Low 80s though. Yeah, so I cleaned off my porch. I had already cleaned off my porch after the winter. And, you know, wiped down my furniture, swept up all the dead leaves and stuff and got rid of that. But I have to keep up with it. Like today, I swept up. We have trees out front. I really don't remember what they're called. They got little pink petals on them. They're just regular trees, but they got the little pink petals all over them that last like what, 2 or 3 weeks, and then they all blow off, and then you just got a regular green tree sitting there. They all blew off, and of course I got a bunch on my patio, so I swept those all up, and my furniture was covered in pollen, so I cleaned that all up. And I thought I might sit out there today, but it actually is kind of warm. I don't know, maybe later. But yeah, I don't think I'm going out today. I think I'm going to knit. I'll put this video in the editor. Sit out on my patio for a bit. I do want to throw in a load of laundry. But I think today I'm just going to veg and knit and have it be one of those days. This week, well, no, I was going to say, well, this week's going to be a little crazy, but actually, no, not until the end of the week. I have Friday off. It's my birthday, and I'm going out. And then Saturday, I leave for the White Mountains, and I don't come back until Monday. And I took Tuesday off from work because I don't want to go to work the day after I come back. I want to recover from my vacation. So, yeah, next week is going to be the end of this week, and then, well, Monday's a holiday. I took Tuesday off, so next week's going to be a short week. Yeah. I wouldn't normally say I'm going away here on YouTube because I could get robbed. Someone's going to be, she's out of town. Let's go to her apartment and steal stuff. They would be so disappointed. But I have someone staying here, so I don't mind telling you that I'm going away because the apartment will not be empty. Somebody's staying here because they have a job here in my town, and I told them they can use my apartment because they're doing a friend a favor, but also my apartment won't be empty and he can feed my cat. So yeah, I'm going. I'm going to upload this. This is a long video. Seriously, I was just going to hop on for a few minutes this morning and I just got talking about everything. I keep looking at my yarn. Okay, I'm going. I'm going to go take my tea, take my phone, and head over to my laptop. Stay groovy.